Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we will do the third part from the chapter Egg. Functional properties of egg. We all know that egg is the most commonly used food in our daily lives, which is mostly used as a breakfast item. But other than that, there are so many recipes in which an egg can be used. So, not at home, on the commercial basis, even the egg is playing a very great role in the following ways: as a coloring agent, as an emulsifying agent, as a thickening agent, and as a texturizing agent. Egg yolk are commonly used to provide color in the food. Usually, it is used in light colored foods. There are some pigments which are present in the yolk that are responsible to give color to the food. Those pigments are lutein and xanthin, cryptoxanthin, and carotene. These are the major pigments that are responsible to give color to the food in which they are used. The color of the yolk varies from one hen to another hen or from one species to another species. It may vary due to the season in some areas, and usually the color of the yolk depends on the feed of the hen. Eggs are known to be as a good emulsifying agent because of the lecithin that is present in egg yolk. It is an oil in water emulsion. When egg yolk is used as an ingredient in food that contains fluid fat and water. Yolk particles that are low density lipoproteins, myelin figures, and high density lipoproteins helps in emulsification by interacting with oil in a better way to form a layer. Temperature control is also very essential while making emulsification, because sometimes due to high temperature yolk protein draw more tightly together, which reduces their property of covering large volume area and interface between oil and water. So if the temperature is too high, you are not going to get a good emulsified product. Loss of too much liquid through evaporation can also cause curdling. Egg yolk can act as an emulsifier in products like mayonnaise, sauces, and other baked products, and helps to give a volume and smoothness in texture. These egg puffs are also known to be as a good example of emulsification. Eggs may be used as a texturizing agent. They have the property to provide texture to the food product, especially the baked products. Egg foams are utilized in certain food products to achieve desired texture. Yolk foams are utilized in baked products to provide spongy or puffy texture, while yolk foams allow other ingredients to be folded with it and then baked, contributing in textural properties. White foams needed to be stable to have a role in food preparation. Many factors influence the egg white foams, causing changes in textural properties. The textural properties that will change in the recipes, especially for white foams, can vary because the egg whites are not always going to give you a stable foams. So the texture may vary, in which there are some recipes in which the more holding, or you can say the tough foams are required. The result outcome or the final product is totally different from the product which is made from light, or you can say the unstable egg whites. Eggs are used as thickening agent in many food products. You can see in the picture, once the egg is broken, it is in transparent form. As it becomes in contact with the heat, it becomes opaque, white, and the result product is thickened. Proteins in egg causes thickening by coagulation at about 60 degrees Celsius, while yolk protein coagulate at about 65 degrees Celsius. Thickening with egg is very important if you are in contact with the temperature. The higher the temperature, the quicker the protein is going to coagulate. Addition of liquids or other ingredients in egg can cause rise in coagulation temperature. Because of the addition of that liquid, it takes more time to get coagulate. Once coagulation occurs, the food should be served or heating should be stopped, because overcooked food can become rubbery. Custards are one of the examples of thickening agent of eggs. What are custards? They are sweetened milk mixtures thickened with egg and usually flavored with salt and vanilla. They can be of two types, stirred custard and baked custard. What is stirred custard? Sweetened milk and egg mixture that is heated to form a sol, in which agitation is required during making. The continuous stirring is done so that there should not be any intermolecular linkages that may form a gel, as in baked custard. In baked custard, the same mixture can be kept in the oven for a set period of time and temperature so that a gel may be formed. The thickening in the custard is basically due to the presence of egg protein. Although we are also using milk in the recipes, the milk is used that may provide the mineral salts to the egg protein to get coagulate. So basically, the protein that is present in milk is helping the egg protein to get coagulate. There are several factors that may influence the coagulation temperature of custards. As a general, we all know that custards are made from whole eggs. But for some reasons, the egg or yolk may be substituted. If it is made with egg white, it is coagulated at a lower temperature, while if egg yolk is used to make a custard, it gets coagulated at higher temperature. While the higher the milk and sugar in the custard, it will get coagulate at a higher temperature. The rate of heating also affects the coagulation. As the rate of heating increases, the coagulation of temperature required is more. Temperature is in relation with the heating does affect the coagulation temperature of custards. The rate of heating along with the appropriate temperature also affects how the custard is going to coagulate. Hot salad dressings and sauces are also the examples of thickening agent for the eggs. The recipes for salad dressings include the use of egg yolk or whole eggs as a thickening agent. They are used solely for the thickening agent, or they may be used with the combination of starch to make it thicken. When both the starch and egg proteins are included in the same recipe, the egg is withheld until the starch mixture has been thickened and then is added and heated to coagulate the protein. This procedure is based on the fact that optimum thickening from the gelatinization of starch require a higher temperature than is appropriate for egg yolk proteins. So basically, the gelatinization of starch occurs in the beginning, and then to facilitate that thickness, the egg is added, and the egg protein is making the salad dressings more thickened. Cream pies and puddings. Cream pie fillings and cream puddings are similar to salad dressing and sauces that are thickened by use of both a starch and egg protein. However, they differ in that cream pie fillings need to form a soft gel rather than a solid when they are chilled. Recipes for cream pies incorporate insufficient starch and egg yolk to achieve the desired gel when starch gelatinization and egg yolk protein coagulation are accomplished. Hard cooked eggs. These eggs directly represent the quality of an egg. The location of the yolk indirectly reveals the thick and thin amount of yolk and also the freshness. Large airspace indicates that carbon dioxide and water have been lost through the pores, whereas well-centered yolk indicates thick white. However, the yolk which is drifted up to top of the egg white being heated indicates little thick white and large portion of thin white. You may have seen a darkish green ring that is ferrous sulfide around the yolk. It is most likely to form in old eggs than the egg which are fresher. It is due to the higher pH resulting due to loss of carbon dioxide. The firmness of coagulated white is influenced by final temperature reached in egg and in the water. There may be some standards and some standard method to make a hard cooked egg. What is that? It is basically approved and recommended by American Egg Board. It is to cover the egg white with water at room temperature and then heat the water to boiling and then let the eggs sit in the water without additional heating for 15 to 17 minutes. For eggs that are medium, the time needs to be extended for about 3 minutes. They are less likely to crack and either to peel than those from cold water. Start. Prolonged heating or too slow rate of cooling promotes the development of undesirable compound that is ferrous sulfide. By using fresh eggs, cooking them completely until a yolk is set and by cooling rapidly, the formation of ferrous sulfide can be avoided completely. So a standard hard-cooked egg should not have that greenish ring which occurs around the yolk. Hard-cooked eggs with whites with pH of 8.8 is easier to peel than less basic eggs. Whereas hard-cooked eggs can be held in brine solution to help preserve them, but if an egg is held in this salt for more than a day, it will modify its flavor. So it is a very good tip to cook the egg, hard cooked egg in boiling water, and after the recommended time, it should be taken out rapidly in a cold water, and then peel it right away. Poached eggs. These eggs are cooked in water rather than oil. A good poached egg can be made by slipping the good quality egg into boiling water, then simmering the water until the desired endpoint is achieved. Drug Administration recommends poaching eggs for 5 minutes in boiling water to assure the destruction of salmonella that might be present in the yolk. Whites of low quality egg spreads. Yolk tends to separate and is likely to break when poached egg is honed from the water and gives a jagged appearance rather than feathery. So it is very important when you are to cook the poached egg, the egg should be fresh. I will later on tell you how the freshness of egg can be checked when they are in the shell. However, you can improve the spreading quality of poached egg by adding the lemon or vinegar or salt in the water. By doing that, the poached egg, while you are cooking it in the water, it will not spread out. Otherwise, people can use the egg poachers as they are like the small cups, so that the egg remain in that cup while making the egg. Another physical approach is to swirl the pan containing hot water until the water develops a swirling movement for an egg. Fried eggs are the most commonly used eggs in our homes as a breakfast item. And in these kind of eggs, the quality and the control of heating is a key to achieve a pleasing fried egg. The excessive amount of thin white and weak vitelline membrane found in eggs of less than AA quality allow a fried egg to cover a large surface area, causing flattening of yolk and risk of breaking the yolk while turning or removing it from frying pan. It is a good idea to check the freshness of egg while making while doing an egg cookery, these kinds of egg, fried eggs, poached egg, or the hard cooked egg. It is a good idea to do that freshness test before making it, because it will give you a good product. The Food and Drug Administration has recommended that sunny side up eggs should be fried at 121 degrees Celsius for 7 minutes uncovered and for 4 minutes covered. Over easy fried egg should be cooked for 3 minutes at 121 degrees Celsius and 2 minutes after turning. These methods are designed to ensure that yolks are heated sufficiently to kill Salmonella enteritidis in it. Scrambled eggs. Prior to heating, the egg is mixed with milk, which is about 20 ml, is added to the egg mixture. Here, the quantity of egg is not mentioned, though for usually one large to medium-sized egg, 1 tablespoon of milk can be taken. The mixture should be mixed sufficiently to make it sure that the egg albumin, yolk, and milk are united together, but a care should be taken that it should not create a foam. This foam will promote the tenderness in the finished product. To ensure that eggs do not contain Salmonella enteritidis, they need to be heated at 121 degrees Celsius for 1 minute. Usually, these scrambled eggs are cooked in large quantities. In large quantities, not more than 3 quarts of eggs should be scrambled at one time. You can see in the picture there are two types of eggs, scrambled eggs. In the second picture you can see the first scrambled egg is badly tortured. You can see the perfection is there in the second collaged picture. What happened in the first picture, the overcooking of scrambled egg was done. Because we usually add the additional amount of liquid in it, either milk or water, what happens, syneresis occur. Syneresis is the process in which the gel contracted and the liquid gets separated from the protein, because as the protein in the egg draws tighter together and they get toughens with the heat. So a good scrambled egg should look like a very creamy and light and pleasing in appearance. If they are held on a steam table for an extended period of time, they turn greenish gray as ferrous sulfide forms. Ferrous sulfide should not be formed while making the scrambled egg. This is the test, a quick test you can do at home for your egg cookery that tells you the freshness of egg. You can see in the picture very clearly that if the egg sinks down, it is the fresh one, while the rotten or bad egg will float over the surface. So always the egg should be tested before doing these egg cookeries so that you will be able to get the good result. Although the 1 week old and stale egg are not are to be labeled as the expired or to be thrown out, these type of eggs usually are used in recipes of different kinds like in baking or maybe commercially they can be used in various recipes, but for exclusively for egg cookery the preference should be given to the fresh egg. So you can try this at home before doing your basic egg cookeries. It will be very helpful.